The new earth is here. We are transitioning and shifting into a higher consciousness. Hello, beautiful friend. Welcome back to Enlightened Blissful Souls. My name is Annie, or known as Goddess Annie, and it's a pleasure to come across you in this lifetime. In this video, I would like to dive deeper into what is going on at a universal collective level, the transformation that Mother Gaia Earth is going through. Because whether you are aware of the changes and the shifts that are happening or not, whether it's happening for you at a conscious or subconscious level, there is definitely a universal change that is happening. We will no longer be, let's say, operating from our lower chakras. We are shifting into a higher vibration to be aligned with our highest timeline, to return to love and oneness. For too long, we have been operating out of fear, out of doubt, out of separation. For too long, we have been living in division, chaos, and distraction. So Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, the universe, consciousness, is bringing back balance, restoring our true nature, and bringing us back to our authenticity. And what this means is that it is time to unprogram ourselves. It is time to let go, in a way, of everything we have been taught in our society, by our environment, by other people's fears and doubts. This is why we have been seeing a lot of chaos going on in the world. Wars, suffering, hunger, everything that you can imagine. And it is time to embody our true potential. It is time to realize what we are truly made of as one, that we are all connected. And what I would like to dive into this video is for you to understand what this all means in a personal level, in your personal life, the shifts and the changes that you are going to be experiencing, and also how this will reflect in your external world, in your relationships, your career, your physical body, even in all areas, right? I'm going to be breaking things down so that you can transition with this shift from the 3D, which is a lower vibrational frequency and way of living, of fear and doubt and separation, and how we are shifting into the 5D, which is simply a higher dimension of oneness and more connection and more love and more harmony and more coherence in our life. These changes are inevitable. No one can skip it. The only difference is that some will transition with it or in a certain wave, because there's different waves of it. It's not all just happening in one day. It's a process, right? Or others will remain in that same consciousness in the 3D and continue living an unfulfilled, unhappy life, self-sabotaging, indulging in things that don't serve them, like substances, drinking, alcohol, drugs, toxic relationships, toxic environments, limiting themselves. And others will evolve with this new wave, with this higher frequency. And honestly, you want to be on the side of evolving so that you can set yourself free, so that you can step into your true potential and feel connected to the world, to those around you, in harmony. This is a time to create your own reality, the life that you have always dreamed of, the life that you have always desired. This is what this is about, technically. Having the right relationships, having the career that fulfills you, living in a healthier way, because again, this is going to affect all areas of your life, including your physical body. Okay. So we are going to be diving into 5 different things that you are going to be experiencing as we evolve and embody this new frequency here in planet Earth, in this physical dimension. And let me start off by saying that you will be releasing, you will be purging, you will be shedding so much of the old, you will be letting go of so much, both limiting beliefs and way of thinking, and also like relationships, okay, physical things. There's so much to uncover with these changes. So let's begin with number 1, which is your feelings. your emotions, okay? For starters, you may be feeling a bit uncertain. You may be wondering what is going on, why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. What is this calling? What is this nudging feeling that you can feeling inside of you that you can't exactly explain? You may be feeling confused, irritated. You may be feeling a sense of more, like there is more for you out there, like it's time for change. You may experience your dark nights of the soul, and your dark night of the soul is typically just an experience or event in your life that is very, very challenging, such as a divorce, a breakup, a loss of a loved one, right? Like a loved one passing away. A dark night of the soul can be a time in your life where you feel your lowest. It could even be you losing your job. It could be you feeling your lowest, something being stripped away from you, or may feel that way, in order for you to reflect and awaken, in order for you to say, whoa, wait a minute, there's more to life, there's more to me. It's like going to your lowest point so that then you can rise with this new level of awareness and understanding and higher consciousness, okay? You may experience more spiritual awakenings. And spiritual awakenings come in different levels. You can have more than one spiritual awakening where you just have this epiphany, where you have this like, whoa, okay, this level up, if you will. You may feel like you're lost in a way. You may feel like you are losing it all when you are just making more room for a new abundant life. You're not actually losing people. You're not actually losing your job. You're not actually losing opportunities. The universe is simply making more space in your life for new, more aligned things. Because how can you invite in the new if you're so comfortable in sitting where you always have, right? So that is the first thing, your feelings, your emotions. And know that will pass. And we'll get into how to cope in just a moment towards the end of the video. The second thing that you need to keep in mind is the shift in relationships. You may find yourself no longer resonating with people who have either been in your life for a long time. Maybe you've been dating this person for years. Maybe you've had a friendship that, you know, it's your childhood best friend, or even if it's recent. Doesn't really matter. Whoever is not in alignment with you, even family members, let me say that, even family members who are toxic, who belittle you, who don't uplift you and support you, they don't have to have the same vision that you do. They don't have to understand things the way that you do or see things the way that you do. But if they're not supportive, if they're slowing you down, if they're discouraging you, they will be removed by the higher source, by God, your angels, your spirit guides, your higher self, Mother Gaia, whoever it is that you want to believe in, that has your highest interest, that wants to align you with this new life. These people will have to go. So do not be surprised by people being removed out of your life, by your relationships shifting. It is okay. And I know that it's hard because you're used to them. There's history, but it is necessary because these people cannot grow with you. Those that cannot evolve with you will have to be removed out of your life. And it doesn't mean that you'll never speak to them again. You can check in with them, you can talk to them, but it's just you're not going to be in the same frequency anymore. Therefore, you're not going to resonate with them anymore. This could look like even like the group of friends that you hang out with, and maybe before you would always gossip, right? Or talk about drama, or go out drinking and partying, or go out and do things that aren't high vibrational. They are no longer going to be a vibrational match for you. And again, let me remind you that this will actually serve you. You will understand why those people had to be removed out of your life. Okay, you will be aligned with your soul family, with people who support you, who are patient, and who give you the love and the support that you give to them. Okay, number 3 would be a shift in your career. A shift in your life's purpose. Do not be surprised if you find yourself feeling the need or the desire to want to quit your job. Whether you have been comfortable in this job for years, whether you have been there for just a few months and you're getting paid well enough, you're comfortable there, or you're unhappy. It can go either way. You could be really unsatisfied. Maybe you don't want to show up anymore. It just doesn't feel in alignment in one way or the other. This is all part of you shifting to the higher vibration, because your career oftentimes has to do with your life's purpose. What you do every single day, what you get up and show up as in the world, has to do with your higher purpose, with the reason that you are here in this lifetime. There will be a shift in your career. Okay, if you're not already in a place where you feel that ignites your heart, that you feel is in alignment with how you want to be of service to others and help others evolve and grow and heal, or whatever your purpose is specifically, because that could be in so many ways. Maybe you have always desired and dreamt of being an artist or a singer or a writer. Maybe you've always wanted to publish your own book, or have your own podcast, or go travel the world, and that is your way of expression. That is a way of inspiring others or inspiring yourself. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever it is that ignites your heart, that truly makes you happy, that you've always dreamt of being. You will be pushed more and more to follow that calling, instead of staying at a place where you're comfortable, where it's just an obligation, where you're just there for a paycheck to paycheck. That's not living with purpose. That is not living with meaning. So because the world is shifting and we are cleansing out and purging out all of the old, this is part of that transition. Is doing things that are more in alignment with you, that bring you more joy, including what you do for a living. Whatever it is that you feel like, oh my God, this is my passion. That is what you're going to be more pushed towards. Although there are limiting beliefs of, I can't make a living out of this. How can I be successful and make enough money to sustain myself? Being a singer or being a writer, or being, having my own business, or cooking, having my own cooking, or talking about whatever it is. Like maybe you're spiritual, maybe you want to have your own tarot business, maybe you want to be a Reiki healer. Whatever it is for you, you are going to be pushed towards that, because you're supposed to be following whatever your heart's desire, because that is what will bring you the most fulfillment. Same thing with relationships, right? You're meant to be with the people who are in alignment with you, that bring you most fulfillment. Shift number 4 would be a shift in your physical body. And what I mean by this is, when we were operating or living in this 3D dimension, although the 3D has to do more so with the physical, the materialistic things, at the same time we were very disconnected from our body or physical body. We forgot that this temple, this shell, this whatever you want to refer to it, is also just as important. And we need to tune into it as well. We need to learn to listen to it, to follow along with what it's saying instead of going against it. If something doesn't feel good, a certain food that you eat, the way that it speaks when it tells you that, you're not in a safe environment, the way that you get nervous, the way that you feel happy, the way that you feel light, the things that bring your body ease, getting more movement in, such as yoga, dancing, connecting with your body, connecting with it and nourishing it. This could be like you changing the way that you eat. So you may find yourself no longer either enjoying the foods that you used to eat, or more so really feeling drained, tired, bloated, a lot of bloating, a lot of stomach issues with certain foods that you eat. Specifically foods that okay, maybe you've been eating these foods all this time, but now they're really starting to affect you, and you can see it, you can sense it. You just, the way that you feel after you eat these foods will say everything that you need to know. So you will continue to experience these physical symptoms of just needing more movement. Perhaps it's energy that you need to move through your body, trying new things. That is all part, again, of you moving into this higher dimension, of you moving into the 5D, which also involves the way that you connect to your body and listen to your body. And again, the other part with that is also moving energy through your body. We store energy in our bodies more than we realize, okay? This is where we store trauma, especially your hips. Oof. And movement, whether that's dancing, yoga, exercising, can really, really help that stuck energy move through, of course, along with your intention. So if you find yourself wanting to cook healthier, try healthier foods, by all means, please follow that calling, okay? Because you're letting go of everything that was not serving you. Number 5, wow. This will be a new perspective. The way that you look at yourself The way that you look at others will completely change. You will be reflecting and analyzing a lot more. In a way, sometimes this could even feel like you're overanalyzing, like you are just dissecting situations and people, and it's because your perspective will completely change. You will not see this world the same way that you did before. It's as if the veil was taken off of your eyes. That is exactly what it is. The veil will be taken off your eyes and you will see things truly for what they are. You will reflect and, let's say, assess more of your own actions and behaviors, but even the behavior and actions of others. And this can get a little tricky because you can kind of find yourself judging a little too much because of that. It's helpful to just ground yourself and remind yourself that it's all a process and we're all learning and growing, and there's no need to judge. Simply, it's like you're going to be seeing everything with clear vision. Okay, so this involves you reflecting on the people that you meet and what they taught you, reflecting on yourself and what you decide to do, which choices you make and how they affect you, how they impact those around you, everything, which is very important because that just means that you're more conscious, that you're more aware of your choices, which is exactly what we need to do so that we can make healthier, better, aligned decisions for ourselves. Essentially, you will no longer find fulfillment or joy or excitement in these low vibrational activities that you used to do. Whether that is, drinking, smoking, whatever it is for you, these things that you've done for a while, they're just not going to resonate with you. And you're going to see that, you're going to feel it. You're going to be like, whoa, I'm noticing I don't enjoy going out as much or talking about drama. I feel like I notice I now feel drained after hanging out with certain people, or I now feel drained after doing certain activities that before maybe were fun to you. Let's talk about how you can cope, how you can move through such a different time, such a uncertain time in a way, because when you're in the middle of that, it can feel confusing. It can feel like, okay, what's going on? Why is this happening? Why am I being called to do this? Why are things not resonating anymore? Why are these people living my life? Why are all these changes happening? Like, what is going on? Well, this is what's going on. You are being prepared for so much more, for everything that you desire. So ways that you can process and cope with the shift is by tuning into your heart, tuning into the present moment, processing your emotions and your feelings. Okay, once you're aware of whatever it is that you're feeling, making time to allow them to come through. Don't suppress them. Don't suppress anything of what you're feeling. You can, number one, journal. Write about your feelings. Take time, maybe just 3 times a week, to journal for 10 minutes and write down about your day, whatever's on your mind, however you felt, whatever happened, and just dump it all out on a piece of paper. That can really help with stimulating and processing all of that you are feeling in that moment. I personally think that journaling is like the best thing ever invented. It has helped me in beautiful, magical ways, and I highly encourage you to journal, specifically during this time. It is helpful to get it all out of up here and see it on paper. You will feel more of a sense of release the more that you do it. And just allow it to flow. It doesn't have to be any type of specific journaling. Just write it out. Don't judge it. Don't overanalyze it. It doesn't have to sound a certain way. Just get it out on paper. That's why this is only for you. No one else will read it, and just trust that you are being directed in the right direction, because you are. The second thing that you can do to help yourself cope with this transition and with this new way of life, because it will be a new way of living. It's time that we return to love, to oneness, to connection, to our true selves. The second thing will be spending time in nature. Oh my goodness. Nature will be medicine. It will be what will literally keep you grounded. It will keep you in the present moment. Instead of you thinking of 1,000 things, thinking of the past, of what was, what could have been, thinking of the future, of what will be, of when, of how, of what if. You can let go of those thoughts when you tune in to the present moment. And spending time in nature, sitting outside, put your feet on the ground, put your hand on the ground, stare at the trees, doing these type of things, just connecting to the here and now, connecting to your senses. Tune in to your breathing, tune in to what you hear, to maybe the smell, to what you're seeing, right? Just tune into your senses. And even if it's just for a moment, 30 seconds, a minute, that you can tune in to your surroundings, to the outside, to Mother Gaia. She is here to support you. She is here to uplift you. She is here to energize you and cleanse you. Use that to your advantage. You can listen to guided meditations on how to ground yourself. That will really, really help. Oh my God, like so much more than you think. There is proven fact that when you hug a tree, you release a hormone called oxytocin. And this is what's responsible for you feeling more relaxed, releasing stress, even improving your immunity system. Like there's actual benefits, scientific, like go and look it up. And you will feel it when you go and hug that tree. You would genuinely feel like this release, like this, I'm calm, this feels good, I feel like I'm back in my body now. You will feel more love and more trust, literally just from hugging a tree. And the same thing when you're grounding. I have to like ground every single day, and if I don't go outside, then I do a grounding meditation within my home. And number 3, and you probably already guessed it, meditation, which I sort of basically mentioned with grounding yourself and spending time in nature. But spending time in nature, you can always just go for a walk. It doesn't always have to be, sitting and meditating. With meditation, you want to spend time being present. You want to spend time going within, connecting with oneness, connecting with the universe, with Mother Earth. And it can be just 5 minutes. It can be 10 minutes. It's simply sitting there in stillness. We don't always have to be doing something. We don't always have to be entertaining ourselves. We don't always have to be on a phone or talking to someone or watching something. We can just do nothing. And there's different forms of meditation. If you have a hard time meditating, you don't always have to sit there and you can simply lay there, sit there and stare around. That is a form of meditation. Just look around. Stare in quietness. Don't just let things be, let the thoughts come and go, and you could just observe everything. Just like that. That's it. You've meditated, and do that for as long as you can, and focus on certain objects, certain things, and that's that. That is a form of becoming present. That is a form of meditating. We are so used to always occupying ourselves, always distracting ourselves, right? So it's time to just return to our true nature and essence, okay? My beautiful friends, so those are 3 ways that you could really cope with this shifting into a higher consciousness and awareness. It is time to return to our authentic essence and way of being. We are simply returning back to our true nature. You know what I mean? I feel like we started off way too much from our true nature, which is eating healthy, eating natural foods, spending time in nature, not distracting ourselves, not scrolling on social media, not doing something to keep ourselves entertained. We're simply returning back to our true nature. That's it, because we were steering a little too far off, and balance needs to be restored. That's really all it is. It's going back to what is most honest and genuine and feels good in all areas of our lives. So in order to ride this wave, in order to go with that so that you can live a life that actually feels meaningful and fulfilling, is do what you can. Like, do what you're being guided and pushed to do. You are no longer meant to live in fear. We are no longer meant to live in separation. You're not separate from me, from your family members. You're not separate from anyone. We are all connected one way or the other. And it's time that we aligned ourselves through our consciousness and our awareness. Wow. My beautiful friend, thank you so much for watching this video today and informing yourself of what's going on and what this means and how this will affect you. Trust and know that ultimately this is for your highest good. You are safe, you are protected, and you are loved unconditionally, right? Thank you so much for joining me today. Please do give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe so that we can stay connected and I can continue bringing you guidance and insight in this journey of life and this new way of living. My beautiful friend, I will see you in the next video. See ya.